Hello everyone, and welcome back to Let's Play Shadow of the Colossus. This is Space Oyster once again. Last time, we faced the last two Colossi, and I mentioned a few features that I forgot to mention. And, took out the Colossi number 3 and 4 with a lot of difficulty, because I'm kind of crap at this game. Today, we'll be continuing on, starting with Colossus number 4, who, as the hint Dorman is about to give us, is in a place. I'm really hoping the audio turns out better this time, because so far I've been really bad at these videos. Oh, joy, we're going to be fighting in a graveyard. That is not disrespectful at all. Alright, so let's just jump right on in here. There's Aggro. Hi, Aggro. How are you doing today? Oh, right. Let's see. There's supposed to be a way to pet the horse. They said the circle button, but that was when this game was on the PlayStation 2. I don't know what they mapped it to with this new control scheme, and I'm too lazy to change it. Anyway, next Colossus is over in this direction, so we'll be getting to see a new part of the Forbidden Land. Yeah, very pretty locale, but aside from the 72 enlightenments and maybe the health and stamina upgrades, if you're into that sort of thing, there really isn't much reason to go exploring, aside from maybe getting some interesting screenshots. Let's see. Oh, right. I guess some more development-related information is that when this game was initially conceived as an MMO, they also wanted to put in 48 Colossi, as opposed to the 16 we got. But along with the MMO idea, the 48 Colossi got cut down to 24 when they realized that they couldn't really work all 48 into the game. And then of those 24, another 8 got cut. We do have some small details on those 8, and I'll be sure to bring them up occasionally when they are vaguely relevant. Yeah. But for now, let's just ride along this ridge, and this is a good example of Aggro's AI being particularly good. I'm not steering her at all. She is programmed to follow curvy paths and avoid walls and such, all on her own. She still does require a bit of steering, like if you're going too fast and you run into a wall, she'll just stop. But as long as you're going slow, and she'll always go slow there, you should be fine. When I first played this game, I did not know that, and I just walked everywhere. It took forever. But here we are at the 4th Colossus, with the semi-official name of Phaedra. I am actually going to call this handsome devil My Little Pony. So with My Little Pony here, the idea is you want to go over to these, I'm going to call these humps in the ground, and lure him over to them. Oh, crap. I was not expecting that. I was trying to jump off the horse at the top of it. So, My Little Pony here is actually a good example, or a good Colossus to use as an example of what can or can't make a Colossus difficult. If we look at the time attacks related features of each Colossus, then this really little guy, My Little Pony, he could be considered pretty tough, because the main method for getting on him is actually a bit time-consuming. But if you don't take time into account as for Colossus's difficulty, then he's actually quite easy, because he's going to have a hard time getting to you. You're much more mobile than he'll ever be. And once you're on him, he's actually got a lot of safeguards that makes it tough to fall off. But as you can see, you gotta bait him over there, over to one of these openings. He'll attack it. Oh, come on, stop moving your tail around. Ugh, this is kind of embarrassing. There we go. That did not take an embarrassing long amount of time at all. And as you could see earlier, he also has about 3 weak spots. 4 if you count that one at the back of his neck, which is just one of those progression weak spots we saw earlier. Ah! I keep hitting R1. Maybe I should change the control scheme. Alright, so we're gonna stab this one first. Maybe with this one stabbed, he'll be a little more cooperative. And now we can see all 3 of them. Okay. Alright, we're gonna start here on his right shoulder. I'm not quite on it. Okay, here we go. But yeah, the factors that can make a Colossus difficult depends on the mode you're playing on. Because in the regular mode, you're not really the only thing you really have to worry about is how easily the Colossus can kill you, and if it's your first time playing, how tough it is to figure out how to get on top of them. Oh, that was almost bad. And then in time attack, the factors are how long does it take to kill them, and factors are the same, pretty much the same. How tough is it to get on them, and how long does it take to do that? Because on its own, My Little Pony here is not that tough of a fight, but in the time attack, it can be, because if he isn't cooperative, and it takes him forever to start trying to attack you while you're hiding out in one of those hidey holes. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Then you're gonna get a bad time and probably won't be able to get through it in the time it takes. We're wrapping this up here with plenty of time, so I think we'll be able to move on to Colossus number 5 right after this as well. And I think I'm in a sweet spot where it's tougher for them to shake wander around, so it'll be easier to stab them. Hard mode is definitely a big change. This fight usually goes a lot quicker. He only has the 1 weak spot on his head in normal mode, and significantly less health. Like, I think I stabbed that fewer times on normal mode than I did on hard mode, and his health was lowered. Well, not lowered overall, but like he had a lower percentage on hard mode when I started stabbing his head, as opposed to on normal mode when I only had to stab his head. My Little Pony is down, and I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing that we can't ride him instead of aggro. Oh, who are we kidding? We all like aggro. Alright, so since that was the 4th Colossus, the cutscene's going to be a bit longer than the average ones. As you can see, Aggro's already back at the temple. And like I said, you're supposed to be able to pet the horse, but that actually has no gameplay benefit at all. It'll recover your stamina a bit quicker than normal, but that's really only a factor if you're riding it and you need to climb again and your stamina's already down. Don't they technically all have a colossal shadow? I mean, they're not all shadow casting it over a colossal lake, but it's still a colossal shadow. Alright, now we move on to the next Colossus. Sorry, don't know what I was doing with my voice there. He's going to be in the same direction as My Little Pony was, but we're going to take the path next to the one that we use for My Little Pony. Fortunately, they're all pretty close by, but as we get into the game, we're going to have to start going even further and further out. Sorry, I'm not too sure what to talk about. I've pretty much brought up a lot of the, almost all of the random trivia I can think of that might not be completely, well known for Shadow of the Colossus. Like MMO, the number of Colossi, and, the fact that they wanted to have a few wandering ones. Wait, I thought of something. They initially also were planning on adding a few of the Colossi in future releases of this game, but that idea also got scrapped when they actually got around to making updated re-releases, because they figured if they put in one small thing like that, then players would expect there to be a lot more. And whether or not that's a bad thing, I guess, is kind of subjective. The game is pretty much completely finished, and it's in the state it was released in back on the PlayStation 4. Yeah, more swimming, where we get to see Wander flail about like a thing that still doesn't know how to swim well. I haven't thought of a good analogy for that. I guess cats don't like water, right? Can cats swim? No, wait, no, cats can swim. Anyway, we'll be going through here, swimming through the not at all disgusting water. Let's see, if you hold down the jump button longer while he's grabbed onto something like this, he can actually jump higher. I've never actually tested it. I don't know if you can climb that faster if you just do little presses or fast ones or long ones, but either way, we are at the location for the 5th Colossus. His semi-official name is Avion, and you're going to see why that's a pretty obvious name for a thing that flies. I'm gonna call him Big Bird. So inventive. The big bird here was given a tail to differentiate it from the other two flying colossi that actually got cut in the final copy of the game. Let's see. One of those was a phoenix-like colossus named Adar Flam. It was supposed to be on fire, and you were supposed it was on fire and had a long neck, and it was probably going to be fought in a place with a lot of water gushing out of the ground, but it got scrapped because it would take too long to get on top of it, and yeah, they thought it was too difficult. The other flying colossus, his name was Avus, not Avis or Avion. Avis was another bird, but he had a long neck too, and he also had bat-like wings and the head of a frill-necked lizard. Alright, and as we can see, he's going to stay perched up there, and I'm in the shadow, so that sword beam trick's not going to work. He will stay up there indefinitely. he's pretty much content to just stay perched until you aggravate him by shooting at him with an arrow, in which case he is going to dive bomb us, and you leap right onto it. Yeah, this fight is super tense and exciting. Alright, so I wasn't able to double check the weak points, but I do believe that Avion, even on hard mode, is going to have 3 weak spots. One on each of his wings, at the end of each of his wings. Ah, no. That's a freebie. Alright, so we got one wing down, his right wing. Let's get over to the left wing. And stab away at it too. Why did I let go? Wander, what's wrong with you? Fortunately, the water is very soft, so fall from that height did not actually kill us. I don't know why Wander let go. I looked away for a second to check how much time we were taking up, to see if I could take on the 6th Colossus after this, or if I would have to call that a video after this one. And then he let go. I was pretty sure I was holding down the grip button, so maybe Wander just decided to give up? Let's see, if you hold down the L2 button, it'll focus the camera on the Colossus and make it easier to figure out where they're at. I think he's going to be content to just fly around like that until I hit him with another arrow. Did he go back to perch? No, he did not. But it does seem like he has no intention of trying to dive bomb us. Okay, you know what? I'm going to get onto that center platform real quick. There he is. And he made a noise. So I think he's going to get ready to attack us. Yeah, his eyes are red. Looks like they did keep that in. I haven't actually had a chance to test this out, but I heard on hard mode that if he misses with that initial dive bomb, he actually will turn right around and go at you again, and it can be a potentially lethal one-shot. Well, I guess calling it a one-shot does prove that it's already potentially lethal. Okay, here we go. Last step. Maximum effort. Or no chill, whichever you prefer. Depends on if you like Deadpool or Unlimited Blade Works Abridged more. Ah. Yeah, I don't think he's gonna stop flapping his wings enough. Oh, wait, no, he did. Cool, okay. Last weak spot should be on his tail. This is one of the very few Colossi where the weak spot is not on his head. And that was a miss. Okay, here we go. This is also the very last Colossus I tried to do in a time attack mode. I did the time attack on normal mode, and he was the last one I tried to do because I fell off when he was flying, and I failed to defeat him in time to get the bonuses. Anyway, we saw Wander fall right off there. And Avion, or sorry, the big bird, crashes right into the water. Right, I guess I shouldn't apologize for using his much better name. I couldn't think of anything besides Big Bird. I guess I was thinking of naming him after a big bird in a different video game, but I couldn't think of one off the top of my head, so just went with the obvious Big Bird. There's the evil tendrils of death, and there goes Wander. Alright, I think I will end the video off here. A bit shorter than last time, but I'm not gonna complain too much. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you all next time. Spaced Oyster signing out.